the sound of silence, and in the naked light.
Oh, you can't hear me. Now you can hear me. Good morning, everybody. So I'm doing something a little different this morning. Y'all know that last time when I went to the Philippines, well, the money exchange didn't end up too great for several reasons. So you got me now? You got volume? You got volume? You got volume now? You should have volume now. Good morning, Light Seeker. So I wanted to talk about, like, if you're traveling, and 5 reasons that I used Exchange of America. So I'm feeling a lot better. I went and I shaved up my head yesterday. I got 6 days to go until I'm in the Philippines, and I'm really looking forward to the trip. But last time when I went, I was really nervous. All my cards got hacked. As y'all know, I sold the cabin, and then when I sold the cabin, 3 of my cards got hacked. So that was like nerve-wracking right before I went. And so I wanted to talk about Exchange of America, the reasons why I used it this time. And it's pretty cool because, like, the cool thing is I got all my money here. So it was really nerve-wracking because I didn't know. I knew the exchange rates because I paid attention to it, right? But the thing is that when I got to the airport in South Korea, the fees were really, really bad. So this time I did it a little smarter. I investigated, did my due diligence on some different exchange places. And what I came to realize is Exchange of America is a really good place that you can exchange your money if you're leaving. Because last time I got hacked right before I left, I got to the airport and the fees were a lot. And then on top of it, not only that, I had to wait in line while I was trying to catch my next plane to Cebu. So it was like one thing after the other, and it made me very nervous. So this time I tried something different. It's called Exchange of America. I'm not an affiliate or anything like that. I'm just giving them a huge shout out because of the service they provided to me. So you go on Exchange of America, you set up an account, and you can do it all from the convenience of your own home. I fly out next Friday. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to get over this respiratory thing that's going around. I think it's COVID. Trooper wants to say hello. Say hi, buddy. Say hi, Trooper. Say hello to everyone. Say hi. I'm a lot better than what I was, but I wanted to talk about the convenience of using Exchange of America. Yeah, he's going to be with Grandma and Uncle Darren. So Uncle Darren's going to stay here at the house for a few days, then take him over to Grandma's. So Trooper will be just fine. I wish I could just take him with me. That's what I wish I could take him with me. But this short of a trip, it'll be 17 days that I'll be in the Philippines. So it's going to be different. We're finishing up our paperwork. But I want to talk about this real quick, and then we can just have coffee with OTWP. So one, the financial transaction is a lot safer when you do it at home, because the financial institutions that you deal with, and there's a lot of checks and balances to ensure that all your money transactions are done with a legitimate business. So that helps to ease traveling. And then also you get a better exchange rate. Hey, Carol, you also get a better exchange rate using Exchange of America than in the airports. The airports tack on a lot of fees and things like that you're not even aware of until they give you your exchange of money. So that's another thing. And that way you get more cash to spend, which makes sense to me. And then the third one was the convenience. I ordered my money and paid for it safely with my debit card. And so once I sent the money, right, via my debit card, you can use a credit card, debit card, American Express, bank wire, whatever you want. But once you do that, it was really quick and simple, right? What happened is as soon as I sent it and it was confirmed that the money was there, they turned around and FedExed me my money. Now, I was a little nervous still because of, okay, the money's coming in the mail via FedEx. And what if it sits outside and somebody snags it? So you can't get a signature on your money when they send it in, when they send it back to you, so that somebody has to be here to sign for it. My problem was, is I was working, I wasn't going to put it on my mom, right? So I came home. Guess what? The money was underneath the doormat in a FedEx envelope. Nobody knew what it was, which was cool. You know what? I haven't really been sick, copycat, as you know, until I moved to Colorado. The thing in Colorado is the weather goes 1 minute, it's nice and warm, and the next minute it's freezing cold. And I think it just took a hard time on me. I drank over a gallon of orange juice. And then, of course, I have my regiment of vitamins that I've been taking. Vitamin C, which is good. L-lysine, which I didn't really know about. I started taking that too. And then the other thing that I really like is this immune support. And I'll tell you about this immune support. It's all natural. Yeah, I've been taking Mucinex too. Those are the top dogs, the top dogs. But I feel a lot better. It's still in my throat and I'm spitting up gunk. But I was pretty down for a couple days again. And I went back to work yesterday after taking 2 days off. The other thing is that I kind of talked about the unexpected fees and the charges that they charge at the airport. No, I don't have a fever. The last thing is it helps you to budget, and also you don't have to carry all that extra US dollars or take money out of a local ATM. That was another thing that really worried me when I was in the Philippines, is taking the money out of the ATM. The first thing that happened is we got to an ATM and all the ATMs at the local bank in Ormic were closed down. They do that, it seems like, quite a bit to the people in the Philippines. So that worried me. Finally, we went to a mall. They opened the bank and I got the money out through the bank. But it took you a month to recover from the big C. Yeah, I hear you. I think that big C is going around again. And this time I think it's attacking people's immune systems more than anything. But I'm super excited. I'm really excited to head back to the Philippines. This trip, Tin was not going to come to Cebu, but at the last minute we were like, she's like, how can I let you fly in and I'm not there? So, which is really cool. Like, I'm like really excited to see her. It's been almost 6 months since I seen her. So yeah, and I'm getting smarter, Light Seeker, with my money. I'll tell you what, I learned a lot over the years, and I learned a lot out of this last relationship. What's up, Josh? I learned a lot out of this last relationship, and no harm toward anybody. It's the boundaries that we set. It's the things that we do that either makes us gullible, makes us a target, or we have boundaries set up. And that's one thing I've learned a lot about from my job and doing these groups is boundaries. Yesterday, going back to work after 2 days off and being sick, it was one of those days where we have all new group of people in one of the dorms, and they were out of control, from theft to fighting to verbally arguing to slamming doors. And I was like, whoa. And setting those boundaries with people and taking control of the situation was quite interesting yesterday. That's what I can say, is it was quite interesting. But I did want to touch on the subject of Exchange of America. I want to give them a huge shout out The transaction was just seamless. There was no hiccups. There was no problems. I give them a 5-star rating. I will use them again. And I hope that other people, can take from what I learned from Exchange of America and from you can go to a bank if you're in a big city and use an exchange there. Most of them will do foreign currency for you. But this was just so convenient and easy. Just so convenient and easy. I'm really glad to see everyone. Blue Butterfly, what's going on? Butter my biscuit. I hope that everybody is prepping. It seems like the egg costs and the things that are happening are, it's moving very quickly. I don't think that our current president is wasting any time. As y'all know, I've never been for the Republican or the Democratic Party. I do worry a little bit about the way the immigration thing's going. And I'll tell you why. My brother is married to a Hispanic woman. I think they're going on 30 years that they've been together. And he's actually worried that they'll target his son, my nephew, because he is Hispanic. I think that it's going to scare people very much, but I also agree with the current president that, one, they shouldn't be here taking the benefits of Americans. They should not be here illegally. And yeah. And I wondered, Lightseeker, honestly, why Elon Musk was involved, but now we know, right? Now we know. I think with Starlink being pushed so heavily, right? I think it could be a huge thing in the United States and around the world. I think what could happen, and this is just my personal take on it from research and things I've done, is I think that this could be where we see the true prison planet come in. If we get a system like Starlink, Stargate, whatever you want to call it, looking down on everybody and everything that's going on, and all the smart technology, and then all the smart technology hooked to that satellite, what would that mean for us? That means that anytime, anywhere, things could be taken down, things could be added. Trackers, we already know, the tracking is very heavy on people already. I think that's really scary. I think that's really scary. And there's no way to fight something like that, honestly. One of the songs that we've always listened to on Off the Wall is Go With The Flow. And I believe that we're getting to the point that we're not going to have a choice except to go with the flow, right? We're going to have to go with the flow to be able to overcome the obstacles that are coming our way. I mean, people are saying, well, Trump lied to us, this. Anyone that believes that the government is ever going to tell us the truth, you have your head in the sand. Never, ever is that going to occur. It's not going to occur. Do I wish the current administration the best? Hell yeah. We want to wish the current administration the best. We hope that there'll be changes for the middle class and the poor. But I think that things are changing fast and quick. Oh, I hear you. Lightseeker. I hear you. And imagine there was also a meeting between Billy Boy and the current president at Mar-a-Lago for 4 hours. So what was that all about, and why? Why does a philanthropist need to have his hands in everything? Maybe because that's not what it truly is. Ha! Copycat. Track this. Oh. I think that big government has gotten bigger and bigger to the point that we're being suffocated. And then on top of it, folks, the thing is how do we come out on the other side? That's why we prep, is to come out on the other side. We can prep for all kinds of scenarios, doomsday and all kinds of stuff. But the thing is when it really hits us, and I think that it's coming in very slow. Yeah, Yeah, no shit, man. I mean, literally, no shit. But what do you do? You know, what do we do as a prepping community, as a homesteading community, as people that are seeking the truth? One, the truth is so deep in the matrix, we'll never be able to really find it. I mean, just being honest, we're not going to be able to find that that truth that we want. We're not. And, you know, everyone's pointing the finger already at Trump. I think that the thing is that we cannot trust in Big Brother. That's the bottom line, isn't it, right, Jake? You know, there's only one that we can really trust in, and it's not Big Brother. We got to keep on going. We got to do the dang thing on a daily basis, and we have to protect and cover our own asses. Nobody is going to come in and rescue and save the day. And I think that people have, yeah, and I've said that forever, Lightseeker. They're the exact same bird. It's all about the upper, I don't even know if it's about the 3% anymore. I think it's about the 1%. The 1% that has the money, that controls everything. I think that we're at a turning point. And, oh gosh, Nunya, do you remember I did that live stream, Carrot and the Stick, years ago? And I think that was 4 years ago. Yeah, but look at all of the all the pardons that they did before Biden went out, and now I am happy that this January 6ers, most of them are getting out. But look how long it took. Look how long it took. You know, I don't know. This country is in a whirlwind of shit. We're definitely in a whirlwind of shit. And I think that the more things that happen and occur, the more people are going to realize the bill of goods that they've been sold. You know, we have so many things going on, so many, that it makes your head spin. And I think that we will see a radical change in the United States. Will it be good? I don't know, folks. I don't know. Yeah. I made the fish patties you did a video on. They were delicious. Oh, the salmon. While I'm in the Philippines, I am bringing a few cans of food, right? I'm bringing salmon and I'm bringing corned beef hash, because the corned beef hash there is so different, right? So, Victoria, I'm going to be doing a cooking show in the Philippines. I'm going to cook 10 American dinner. I get in I leave here Friday, then I don't know what day it'll be. I guess I'll get there Friday. It'll be Saturday in the Philippines, but I'm really looking forward to this trip. Your picky daughter loved them. Did you add salt and pepper? That's the question. They're really yummy. My mom started making those for us years and years ago, and they're really good. Yeah, you got to add that. I think that this is the one thing that really bothered me, is that Trump talked about AI and Stargate in a speech to the WEF. In his speech before the WEF forum in Davos, Switzerland, he talked about his plan to make America great again through economic deregulation and plunging headlong into expanding the scope and reach of AI. We have entered this new age of America. Project Stargate plan is to make America the world capital of AI and crypto. That should worry us. He said that Stargate's plan to blanket America with new data centers needed to power the next generation of AI is going to require the U.S. to double its capacity to generate electric power. So on top of it, he's saying that the grid has to become double just to be able to handle it. He also said it's going to get done really, really quickly. And he said to speed it up, he said he's going to use an emergency declaration of get new power generation plants built adjacent to the new data collection centers, which are needed to power for the next phase of AI. He announced that Stargate, right, at the White House Tuesday, his first full day in office, that Larry Ellison of Oracle and Sam Altman of OpenAI and SoftBank CEO ᴡ쏘ʟʟ's son, how AI would be used to propel forward a new generation of mRNA vaccines. So what does this all go back to? Vaccines. See, Ellison is very smart. Ellison actually knows that he will avoid all legal liability for harm to millions of Americans. And this might get me in trouble, but shit, it's the truth. After the first round, during 2019, we know what happened. Yeah, we are, Nunya. We'll be the batteries. We'll be the energy that keeps it going. And so basically the first 3 days in office, he declared emergency, emergency, emergency. And the thing is by him saying emergency, it actually allows the current administration to bypass the legislative branch of government and to maximize the executive power. What's up, Scruffy? You know, when you think about that alone, we are seeing a government that's now being ran since 2019 by emergency declarations. And it's playing out right before our very eyes. It's there and it's going. And I have to say that this is really dark and really scary. And I'm not scared of a whole lot in this world. I think that I don't like to preach doom and gloom. But it is what it is. And when you declare an emergency, you know, it might seem like necessary for some things like the border crisis. It might seem necessary for housing and food costs. But it seems like this is a dangerous, dangerous global trend. And it seems like that it's occurring more and more. And I think, hey, Lucy, I think that the first time was the test run. And I think we're about to step into a situation where it's not a test run, where we have no choices to get out. And when I always bring it to the CBDC, because if you take all these things and match them up sector by sector, and you connect the dots, and you take the dots and you put them together from everything that's occurring around the world, it's about to be set on fire. It's about to be set on fire. And, you know, he did say a lot of good things in the address to the WEF. But, like, he wants to end the new Green Deal. Yeah. Project Blue Beam, the Great Deception, the narrow window of opportunity, Light Seeker, whatever you want to call it. And I think that they've taken what happened in 2019 and they're utilizing it because it was a test run. And so now I think that they're going to take that And you're right. And yeah, they've dangled the carrot in front of people's faces. And I think that now the switch is about to be turned. And I think that we all have to realize that these two parties that are supposed to represent the people, they haven't represented the people in decades. In decades. It's been a smoke and screen. It's been a carrot and a stick. And now I think that the carrot's going to go away. You know, many people believe that, oh, well, the free handouts from the government are going to keep coming. And if there's another pandemic, they'll hand out again. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that it was to see if people would take it, you know, and same jackasses following carrot. I stirred up some shit with my short. It got 2,000 views in like the first hour, and then I think they squashed it about Trump being the president. Humanity has become a liability to those in control. Yeah, because people don't want to listen to all the bullshit. Because they're still free thinkers. Copycat, you know, I will touch on that a minute. The Philippines is looking really good right now. The Philippines is a beautiful country. But, you know, me and Tin had a heart-to-heart talk the other night. And the Philippines is a beautiful country. But the government, that's what I think will happen in the United States, where they really don't care in any way, shape, or form. You know, she was telling me about, I said, what happens when you're like in your 70s or 80s and you can't work? She said, if you don't have kids that care, you'll starve to death. The government's not going to rush in and help you. The only time the Philippines government actually helps people is when there's a major catastrophe and all eyes are on Philippines, like a typhoon. Like Typhoon Yolanda, right? And they will literally, they don't care. When you're walking down the streets, you will see little kids, 3, 4, 5 years old, begging for money, begging for food. And I think that the United States, we're at that tipping point. I think that LA happened to be a do. And I think that it was just too... Maui and LA and other places, I think, are becoming targeted so that they can have the 15-minute cities they dream of. And I think home ownership and land ownership is going to be a fight to keep your land. Yeah. Oh, it is, Tita. It is. And I love the Philippines. You know that, Tita Marie. But I think that people don't get it. I don't think that they get it about... Tita, you need to go back and watch the very beginning at the end of this live stream. I was talking about the exchange of America, about the money exchange that I used through the mail, which is pretty damn cool because they just send it right to your door. So I gave some pluses and why I'm really impressed with them. I'm sure you can use it in Canada for your trip this fall. It saved me a lot of stress. That's what I'll say, stress. But I think that when everything tips, you know, I don't think people realize the trickle effect. I don't think that people realize what's going to happen in the United States when, imagine this, no EBT, no public housing. You know, maybe this is far-fetched. Maybe it's a conspiracy. No Obama phone, no insurance. You know, think about all those. The tourist areas are beautiful, but poverty is rampant outside those areas. Oh, very true. Very true. Very true, Cheetah Marie. And even in the barangays, I mean, when we were there in Ormic, outside of Jollibee, there was a little girl and she was, you know, trying to get money or food. And it's heart-wrenching. My big thing this time is that I'm going to try to get Tin's brother-in-law to take me out on the trike. I'm going to buy a big, huge thing of dog food. And I'm going to go feed dogs all over the beach, copycat, all over the streets. I'm just going to start dropping it. That's my goal. I've raised like $250 right now on my GoFundMe and with a private donation, and that'll buy a hell of a lot of dog food. You know, I can't say that I can rescue or help everyone, but I'm really excited about helping the dogs there. You know, the people, the dogs, the kids, the situations there are very rough. They're very rough. Yeah. Round and round the toilet bowl we go. Where we flush, nobody knows. I know where it's getting flushed. Reach out to Josh, see what he has to say. Who's Josh? Hey, Tom, nice to see you. Yeah, and you know, y'all, I try to do things from my heart. You know, I'm striving for things right now for me and Tin. No, there is no programs, Tita Marie. I did some due diligence on the dogs in the Philippines. There's over 12 million dogs running the streets of the islands. It's either 3 or 4 shelters in all the islands. And the sad thing is, Tita Marie, is all those shelters, right? All of those shelters are not no-kill shelters. The sad thing is you see so many dogs that have been hit by trikes or trucks. And I think it was about a month ago, Tin sent me a picture on WhatsApp, and she's like, babe, and right in front of our house, there was a dog laying there dead. And she was like, babe, what do I do? And I was like, what can you do? I mean, you could pull it off the road, but you can't do nothing for them. And there's so many puppies. I think if there was a free or some type of situation where you could spade and neuter those dogs, that would be a good step in the right direction. My friend who works for United Airlines, I've been reaching out to him because he did an awesome project in Haiti. He actually got United to donate a jet. And then he went in here in Denver, and he filled that jet up with supplies for Haiti. I'm wondering, with the right attitude and the right people behind me, if I could do the same kind of thing for the Philippines. Fly a jet in and have them unload pallets of stuff. I think that would be that's like a goal of mine over the next few years before I retire, is to see that first jet come in and unload pallets of free rice, free first aid kits, for things that they could really use. Not extravagant things. You know, most of them can accomplish clothes because there's a lot of secondhand stores and things like that. But I'll ask a corporate company in BGC to match my donation for UOTWP. Ah, Tita. Thank you. Thank you. Salamat. I think that each one of us, you know, I've always talked about this. You know, you might not be the richest person or the fastest person or the most in health person, the most healthiest person, but each one of us can open a door for someone. Each one of us can be the light, love, and hope for someone. And it might be on a little scale, but you never know what can happen. You know, it's like a snowball effect. When one person has this drive to do something, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think that each one of us can make a difference. And I've said this before, you know, if you're sitting back thinking that your kid's school's going to change or that your community's going to change with you just bitching, that's not going to do it. With you just being on social media, that's not going to do it. You know, I've said this since day one of Off the Wall Prepper, my old channel, is that before you get up in the morning, before your boots hit the ground or your high heels or your tennis shoes or your feet, that you say, thank you, God, for another day. And that you always put your boots on the ground the right way. And that's with sharing some light, love, and hope for someone. And it doesn't mean that you always have to financially do something. You know, it may be the person sitting on the street corner that looks down and out and sad, and you may just say hi to them. And you don't know what was going on in their mind. They may have been on the brink of suicide. They may have been on the brink of using drugs again after being clean. And just from you saying hi, because God tugged you and you listened, you could have changed a whole ripple effect of what could have happened. And I think that many times we don't listen to our inner spirit, to God speaking through each one of us, to each one of us. And instead we say, oh, not today, God, I'm not doing that. So I think that that's like really important, just to really be in tune with what God's telling us. I know that these are weird and different times, and we all know this, right? These times that we're living in are really different. But you know what? If you really are a person of faith, everything is written. Everything is written. It's all written. It's right there. He's the Alpha, he's the Omega, he's the beginning, he's the end. There's nobody that can wish him away. There's no scientist that can explain him. And there's no talk show host that can say shit. And that's the wonderful thing. That's the wonderful thing when you really put your faith where it needs to be, right? And Lightseeker, I want to say again, the book that you sent me is absolutely phenomenal. It really is a wonderful book. I'm going to take it on the plane. I'm going to be reading on my way to Tokyo. So I hope that this live brought you some smiles. And remember, we don't have to sit in the sound of silence. You know, where you think that people are speaking and really not. I love that book. That book is awesome. That book is a really awesome book. And I want to finish it, so I'm taking it with me to the Philippines. So I appreciate everyone being here. This is my kind of day off. I don't have to go to work till 2 o'clock. Me and Tin stayed up until I fell asleep, and she's like, no, you need to sleep. Then I woke up this morning and we stayed up for a while talking. And now she tries to be calm, cool, and collected, but now the excitement is hitting her that I'm headed home, and my home is wherever she's at. If y'all would lift us up in prayer for her to have a safe trip from Ormic to Cebu, that the weather's nice, that I don't have to circle Cebu again, and that my trip goes safely. I hope that at the beginning of this live stream about Exchange of America, what's the name of the book? Hold on a minute. Look, I'm still in my PJs, y'all. It's called, this book is absolutely phenomenal. It's called Thick Face, Black Heart. Lightseeker, did you find out if Chin Ning Chu is a woman or a man? It doesn't really matter. The book is absolutely freaking awesome. And the book really has enlightened, I don't know if that's a good word to use, has made me think about things differently. And I think many times when we go like in a new friendship, in a new relationship, whatever it may be, we carry some of that old garbage with us. And instead of dealing with it and leaving it there, right? Like I've been trying to get to all my clients about, like, leave the bullshit at the door. You're not in jail. You're not incarcerated. You're not in prison. We build our own prison walls around us. And then if something happens or fails, we go, why? Well, maybe because we carried the same bullshit with us, right? I think this book is really eye-opening, and I love, I love philosophy. I love when someone digs deep into your head. And when we dig deep into our own head and spirit, it really does change things. It changes things so much. And I think that reading is knowledge, reading is adventure. I think that sometimes we just have to take the time to really look deep. Because I like this one too, the harmony of divine will and human will. Excuse my cough. I've been spitting out junk. Being attuned to the divine will is the most important factor in attracting success. There's another wonderful book called The Secret. And I love that book because I've always believed this. This is my own philosophy. This is my own thing. I believe that what you bring in here, and what you speak out your mouth becomes your reality. Does that make sense? So if you're always bringing in negative shit in your mind and you're bringing it into your spirit and then you speak it, that's what your reality becomes. And I think that when we consume good, we bring good into our heart and we speak good and we do good, the best of our ability. I'm not talking about financial. I'm talking about, oh, you look nice today. Oh, you're a wonderful person. Oh, that's going to be done. Those positive, affirmative things, I think that it becomes our reality. You know, I could have sat at the cabin and been depressed and said, oh, what I seen, what I thought, what I wanted is no longer. Instead, what I did is I made a plan in my head, this is what I need to do because this isn't a safe place for me any longer. You all know I loved the cabin. I loved the cabin for all the right reasons. The nature, the animals, the openness. And me and Tin have talked about a lot of different ideas for our living situation once she gets here. So we'll see where the road takes us. But I really, really think that if we stay in that frame of mind and not, don't go seek out on YouTube every doom and gloom channel. You've got to have the yin and the yang. You have to have the balance in life to go forward. Otherwise, you get stuck in the same old bullshit. That being said, I do need to get off here today. I appreciate every single person that's here, every single person that's a member, every single person that has been on this channel since the beginning. We've had our ups and we've had our downs. I remember the days that were way different, but that's not why I'm here. I've always been here for hope, light, love, light, truth. And I'm going to continue to seek that. And I hope all of you do. I hope all of you have a blessed, wonderful day. And you can either be the sound of silence or you can sing. Oh, wow. It's true. It's true, Tina Marie. What you take in your mind, what you bring in your spirit, and what you speak out of your mouth is what you become. I hope everybody has a phenomenal day. Victoria, bam, big prepper hugs. Oh, I got to go to the gym. But right now, my brother was really a nice guy. He knew I was sick. So he brought me a gallon of OJ. I've drank it all. And he brought me a fabulous bowl of fruit, which I'm going to munch on this morning. And then I'm going to grab my weights and work out so I can keep up with Tin. And I hope, that was yummy. Shit. Y'all want a grape? Oh, and he brought me oranges too, Lightseeker. But I hope that y'all have a blessed day and don't be the sound of silence. Put your boots on the ground. Help someone if you can. And do what you can do. Do the dang thing, everyone. God bless. From here in Colorado to wherever you're at, keep it up. Don't give in and don't give up. This is OTWP signing out for the day. I'll see you all soon in Tokyo. All right, y'all, I got to get out of here. Big, huge prepper hugs. Do the dang thing. Love y'all. God bless. I crack myself up, don't I? See y'all. Bye.